Hello everyone, this is Z Draws and Creates, and I am back with another video. Today, I'm going to do something different. I am going to be redesigning Reala from the Nights into Dreams series. I've done a lot of drawing videos over the years on my channel, but I decided to do it on my computer this time instead of the standard paper and pencil while recording with my phone. Reala first appeared in Nights into Dreams back in 1996, and this is what he used to look like. Pretty simple, but really good design here. And then Night's Journey of Dreams came out for the Wii, and what am I looking at here? Okay, first I'm going to list off everything that I like about this redesign. I like the samurai armor. As samurai are known to be loyal to their daimyo. I am so sorry if I completely butchered that. Plus, he is often in charge of the lower rank Nightmare serving under Wiseman. So it's a great way of using symbolism through the samurai armor. Plus, it shows that he is more of a fighter. I like the bandages that are wrapped around his arms and legs, the inclusion of giving him scars, and the mask looks pretty nice. Now that I got all the positives out of the way, time for everything else. While I did say I like the mask, especially since it's meant to represent his loyalty to Master Wiseman, it does cause a bit of a problem because it tends to cover up his face, hiding the makeup, the face makeup on him. They got rid of all the black accents in his design, replacing it with the dark red, as we can see with the jester hat. I don't like this weird design that they decided to put on the samurai armor. For some reason, they made his scars shaped like bats. It took me way too long to realize that they were bat shaped. Like, whenever I saw the cutscenes in game, I always thought there was some sort of weird shading to show how muscular he is, to show off the muscle some more. And for some unknown reason, they gave him a pink neck ruffle and made his nails pink. Why? So yeah, it's safe to say that Reala definitely needs a new redesign. Pronto. So the first thing that I decided to do was to work on his eyes. If anybody is curious, I did this redesign into different sections. I started off with the eyes, then I did the head and face, did the individual arms, and then the torso and legs. I did the eye first, that way when I need to do the face, I could just easily take the eye I made and have it be flipped over, have it be mirrored, reversed for the face. And I put a lot of attention to detail into the eye. Like, I don't know why I did. I was just determined to make it look a lot like Reala's eye for some reason. So I ended up using the color select to help me pick out the colors from the eyes, and then did the face makeup for it. And off screen, I had the eye be mirrored, so that way I could just insert it in. Next, I'm working on the head and the face. In case anybody is wondering, I'm using paint.net for making this. I did have a bit of trouble with getting the skin tone correct. Like here you can see that it's completely white, but Reala is more of a bluish gray color. I end up fixing all of that later on in the video. So there's not going to be a lot of changes to the face. I already liked the way it looked in Nights into Dreams, so I'm just doing that, but in this 2D style. And of course, I kept the black stripes. I don't know why they decided to change the black stripes to dark red, but I prefer the black stripes on the jester hat. Is this a jester hat, or is it just like a part of them? Is it horns? I don't know. I did try to do some shading to help show where the jester hat curves down, but I'll be honest, it's not the best. I'm trying to get used to doing the shading for Paint.net still. So sorry if it's not looking that good. Then, after doing the shading, I worked on the face. Did a pretty good job doing that. And of course, I just copy and pasted the eyes that I made ahead of time. And there we go. That looks like Reala. Like I said, I do the color correcting later on. Now that I got the face done, I am working on the arms. I start off with doing the right arm. This part isn't really about redesigning him. I just wanted to give him a cool pose. So I have his right arm be positioned in a way. However, I had a hard time trying to figure out the fingers. I eventually managed to figure out what to do and how to draw them. And right now I'm also working on the gloves and the bandages. Just grab the colors from the design and I put them down to make the bandage designs the way I see it on the character. Yeah, you can see why I had to do some color correcting. Like, the fingers right now do not match the arm. Once again, I'm doing some shading so that way you can see the different fingers on him. I also tried to do a little bit of shading to help read that his arms are a bit muscular. Not the best work, I will admit. I also kept the scars. I just tried to make them look a bit more realistic as battle scars instead of looking like the Batman logo. I also gave him black nails. At one point I thought red, but then I thought it looked too much like he has bloody nails or that they got ripped off, something. Ooh. So I went with black. Here I'm doing the left arm now, and I pretty much used the design of the right arm that I just did as a reference to help me do my color adjustments right here. I remember I once said that I wanted to make a fan-made Nights into Dreams movie, and that I originally had plans for celebrating Night's 30th anniversary, but it's not easy trying to make a movie all by yourself. Plus, life goes on, things change, so I'm unable to do any of the plans that I originally thought of. But on the bright side, we got Nights in Sagas Across Worlds for the 30th anniversary. Hopefully one day I can make the fan-made Nights into Dreams movie a reality. Right now I'm just doing the samurai armor. Like I said, I don't like the symbol, so I just did a half red and half black design. Keep it simple. Okay, so I need to try to find a way to make this larger if it's possible. Because, I need to. I've already did the head, the arms, and hands, so I have the torso and legs left. I'm hoping. Let's see. No, those won't really do it. But I'm about to try to make this at least a bit taller. You know, like this or this, to make it easier to draw up the torso and legs. Because I'm hoping I could find a way to do it in one whole thing. Let's see. No. That's not. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Yeah, that's not it. There's rulers. That's No, I'm looking for either. Do you have a size? Here we go. This is the first time I've ever tried to mess with the size of the canvas. Oh, it worked! Okay, now I just need to make it a bit taller than this. Let's see what happens if I try 850. A little more, might have to just go 900. Width is good, it's the height. Okay, that should do it. There we go, everyone, I'm good. Now that I just did the canvas size, I can work on the body and the legs. I originally intended to have this video released on April 1st. This is mainly because Nights into Dreams has the calendar system, which, depending on the day when you play the game, it can have some changes to it, like Clarice and Elliot will wear a different outfit, or you'll be playing on a certain stage. Like, for example, on Halloween you play on, I forgot the name of it, but it's one of Clara's stages set in a forest, and you can play as Clarice throughout the month of October, and Halloween Day you play as Elliot, and Clarice, Elliot, and Knights are all wearing a Halloween costume. And having it set to April 1st lets you play as Reala. But then I ended up getting sick, and it took a heavy toll on my voice, which caused a big delay in recording, which is why it's not coming out on April 1st. So sorry about that, everyone. As you saw, I did the bandages wrapped around, and now I'm working on the vest. I originally was going to have it be completely open, then I thought of having the vest be slightly closed. But as I was editing this, I realized that was a mistake and I should have just left the vest completely opened. Now I'm just working on the boots, keeping it really simple of the black and the red. Very reminiscent of his Nights into Dreams design. However, I did incorporate a little bit of the dark red to the soles at the bottom of the boots. And after I finished doing the boots, I just head on back to the vest, adding in little details, giving it the black trimming, adding a single gold button to it. And then I got to work on making some of the samurai armor that is around the waist. I'm not sure what that part of the armor would be called, to be completely honest. And like before, I just did the half red, half black design. Keep it very simple. I did add a bit more detail onto the belt though, because I thought it looked a bit too plain. And yes, I did put abs on Reala because I noticed that his model for Nights into Dreams, if you look carefully, he does have some abs. Makes sense since he's more of a fighter, so he's a bit more muscular in that regard. But with all of that out of the way, the body and legs are done, so now it's just time to assemble him and put him all together. I waited until I had everything put together so that way I could figure out what to do to have the head and body connected, because I remember that Knights of Reala's head are not really connected, like there's no neck. So I made a popped up collar for the vest to help connect them. And here you can see is when I decided to adjust the color for Reala's face. This is actually the third time that I did the color adjustments. I like the pop collar that I gave him, but it still left a gap between where the head and body would be for where the neck should have been. I wasn't sure what to do, so at the end I just gave him a neck ruffle, but I made it black instead of pink because when I think of Reala, I do not associate the color pink with him. And then I just put the arms on him, and there we go. There is my redesign of Reala. I had no intentions of doing the mask, but later on I did the persona mask for the redesign. I just took what I did and threw the mask on top. I pretty much kept it simplified. I made the gem red instead of having it be pink, and while I like the black feathers, there's no other black feathers in Reala's redesign here, so I completely removed them. And there we go! What do you guys think of this redesign? Does it look better? Does it look worse? Or are you indifferent to it? It was fun making a new design for Reala here. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Subscribe and leave a like. This is Z Draws and Creates, signing off.